to another week, the Thanksgiving week, or Friendsgiving week, as we must say, edition of the SoReal Sports Podcast with your host, the CEO/owner of SoReal Studios, LLC, Lamar Segment, and my partner in crime all the time, Reggie Walker. What's going on, bro? How was the weekend?
What weekend? It was a weekend?
I forgot. You the hardest working man in history.
Oh my God, bro. I need a day off. But thankfully, hopefully I'll be off the day you get here. If I'm not, I'll definitely be off by the time you get here.
Yeah.
And the 3 days following. So I guess it's working itself out. I just gotta actually make it to the end. How about you? Maybe enjoy some time with the son.
Yeah, I still got him. I still got him. I'm gonna have him until Thanksgiving Day. We're gonna drop him off heading to airport.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I talked with her. It's either we're gonna do it that way, or we probably gonna drop him off Wednesday. I don't want to be going back and forth on Wednesday, but I also want to go straight to it. But the difference between from here to Memphis ain't that bad from dropping him off then going to Memphis.
Okay.
It's not that bad at all. But besides that, I watched my team. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. I watched my team play this weekend. I watched a little bit of wrestling, in which we'll talk about that later too.
No, we won't.
Well, I will.
You can talk all you want to about it.
But besides all that, man, it was a crazy weekend in sports. And speaking of sports, last night I watched King Richard. Must see.
I definitely heard that from one of my coworkers by saying that he watched it.
It's a really good movie, and it shows how determined a father is for their kids. And yeah, that's pretty much what it showed. It's a must watch though, to be honest with you.
Okay. I probably won't be able to check it out to one of those days that I'm off.
Right.
This will be when you're here, so I won't watch it then. So I don't know. I'll get around to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find a way.
Yeah, of course you'll find a way. I mean, I wouldn't mind watching it again. I missed the end because I had to use the bathroom, but enough of all that. Let's get to the recaps of all that we talked about on Muscle Shirt Friday. Let's start off with UFC. We had 5 on the main card, and let's show the results of those 5. We have David Grant taking on Adrian Yanez, in which we both picked Yanez, split decision. Yanez pulled it off.
Okay. Did not get a chance to watch anything, like literally anything, until after 6, I guess.
I watched the last 2. Yeah, I watched the last 2.
As a matter of fact, when I got home, it was in the third round of the last fight.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna briefly go through these. The next one, we got Ronnie Yaya taking on Kung Hoon Kang, in which we both picked Kang. Kang lost unanimously. Yaya is the winner. We didn't know much about Yaya. Now we do, because end up winning.
Well, I still gotta do my research on it because I didn't actually get to see him fight. So yeah, that'd be some homework for me.
It definitely will. Let's talk about this next one, in which it was between Joanne Wood and Taylor Santos, in which we both picked Santos. And yeah, first round submission, rear naked choke by Santos. Santos is the winner.
All right.
Let's move on to the one that we actually got different. Michael Chiesa taking on Sean Brady. Shot bet automatically because we picked something different. Reggie, you got this one right, even though I made a mistake on the video and I had us swapped. But you did pick Sean Brady. Yep. I picked Chiesa. Sean Brady won unanimously.
All right. Well, we got some more. Got some Christian brothers again, or
no? I know I'm far behind on a lot of shit, so got a big ass bottle of pop.
And it's chilled. I see. Nice. Nice add to that.
Big ass bottle of pop. So that's what I'm drinking. It's all my right. Ketchup bottle.
I got my tequila, my favorite.
Oh, so. Whatever. This shot right here is for Chiesa losing. Come on, camera, get right. There we go.
Yeah, you're right. For those that cannot see but heard Lamar slamming the glass down, he just took his first shot.
First shot of a minute. Now, let's get to the main fight of the night, or that night. We had Kaylin Vieira taking on Miesha Tate. Shot bet. Reggie, you went with Vieira. I went with Tate. Yeah, I'm finna pour up again. Vieira won unanimously.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Here again, still didn't catch the entire thing, so I can't speak on it. But I mentioned Friday. I love Miesha, but I just feel like Caitlin got in hands. And Caitlin got the win, so good enough for me. 4 out of 5 on UFC, not too bad.
Condoleezza Rice is on Monday Night Football with Peyton and Eli.
Say Condoleezza?
Mm-hmm. This shot right here, huh?
They all the same color, so yeah.
This shot right here is for Miesha Tate.
All right, warm it up.
I had me some pause. That does it for UFC. Now let's go to college basketball. In college basketball, we had 5 games that we were working with. Let's go with this first one. Shot bet alert, in which it was Villanova taking on Tennessee. Villanova was my pick. Reggie, you went with Tennessee. Villanova won 71-53.
SEC.
Yeah. That's the reason why you did it?
That's the only reason I did it.
Damn. Well, you deserve to take a shot for that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I had to start somewhere. Might as well warm up.
Yeah. So Condoleezza Rice is a Cleveland Browns fan. That explains a lot.
Yes, it does. Especially with her politics.
Right.
All right. This is my shot for Tennessee.
Tennessee. In basketball. I know he would pick them in football.
Definitely would if they were playing Villanova.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. Reggie has just now taken his. Now let's move on to the next game. We had Stanford taking on Baylor, in which we both picked Baylor. Baylor won 86-48. Blowout.
Big blowout.
Blowout dub. Now let's talk about this next one. We had Purdue taking on North Carolina, in which we both picked North Carolina because we don't know too much about Purdue. I guess we didn't see enough. Purdue won 93-84.
What's going on with North Carolina?
They do not have Roy Williams anymore. I think that does make a difference.
That makes a big difference.
He just got to get his kinks out. The new head coach, Herbert.
Hubert.
Yeah, he got to get the kinks out. He gonna get better.
And we have got to pay attention to Purdue.
Oh, we will. We definitely would. We definitely. I know one team we ain't finna pay attention to. Binghamton taking on UConn, in which we both picked UConn. They won 87-63. Another blowout dub.
Indeed.
Expected.
63 points is a lot of points, though.
That is a lot of points for a team that we expect not to be that good.
Yeah, you would expect like a 38-87 type score, but
right. But UConn, UConn ain't the UConn of old. Let's just say.
Oh no, definitely, because I don't think UConn, especially men's UConn hasn't been
UConn women normally is great.
Right. And UConn men haven't had anything since Kemba Walker.
Right.
Let's just be honest.
All right. Last but not least, San Jose State taking on Texas, in which we both picked Texas. They didn't win by the score of 79-45. Blowout dub again.
All right. Well, we saw that coming.
Yeah, we definitely saw that coming. And that does it for college basketball. Now let's go to the professional side of basketball, the NBA. Excuse me. All right, first game, we had the Miami Heat taking on the Washington Wizards, in which we both picked the Miami Heat in this one. Heat beat the Wizards. No, the Wizards beat the Heat 103-100. Wizards ain't no joke. They are not no joke.
Definitely faring better without old Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, and you see what he's doing to the Lakers right now.
Sticking it up.
Still no excuse. Let's look at these numbers. Bradley Beal led the team with 21 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. KCP with 16 points. Spencer Dinwiddie. That was a good pickup when they got Spencer Dinwiddie. I did like that pickup.
Yeah, I like him anyway.
Jimmy Butler had 29. Kyle Lowry with 7. That's terrible. Tyler Hero looking like he's going to be 6th man of the year because he averaging 20 points a game coming off the bench. That says a lot.
A lot.
That does say a lot. All right, let's move on to the next game. We had the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Atlanta Hawks, in which we both picked the Hawks. And the Hawks won by 10. 115-105. And I think I predicted that was this the one I predicted Trae Young to have 40.
40, you did.
He had 19. He didn't have half.
On the other hand, how about Miles Bridges, though?
Miles Bridges with a good 35.
35, 10, and 3.
Lonzo Ball. LaMelo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Triple-double. 15, 11, and 10. Went 10 and 11. That's nice. But it wasn't good enough to get the dub, so we ain't going to worry about that. Let's move on to the next game. The next game, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the LA Clippers. Shot bet alert, in which I picked the Clippers. Reggie, you picked the Mavs. The game ended up going to the Clippers, 97-91. So Reggie is pouring up his shot number 2.
Number 2.
While he doing that, let me give you them numbers. Kristaps Porzingis is playing really well. And he's known for playing well. He just can't stay healthy. That's his biggest problem. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. And Luka's still not playing, but you said you didn't care about that. So, yeah.
Yep, didn't care. But, hey, you lose by 6 without your starter, your star on the team. I'm not worried still. So here's my shot for the Mavericks losing.
I forgot all about the fact that Condoleezza Rice is part of the college football playoff committee.
She is. Oh, she is. Yes, she is. I did too. Until you just said somebody. Okay.
And that says a lot.
Who's her college football team? Who's her college football team?
Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Alabama. Because they the elephant. All right. But Paul George, 29, 6, and 6-4, and Reggie Jackson with 23 points. Their bench didn't have. Their bench was trash. Even though Luke Kennard, he led the bench with 9 points. But I mean, yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game. We got the New York Knicks taking on the Chicago Bulls, in which we both picked the Chicago Bulls. Bulls end up winning this game by the score of 109-103. 109-103. Bulls are looking good, especially DeMar DeRozan. Another good performance by DeMar DeRozan. He had 34 points. He led the team with 34 points. No, that's somebody else. Zach LaVine had 21. On the other side, Julius Randle had 34 points. No other starter scored above 10.
Says a lot.
It does say a lot. That's the reason why they lost.
Hey, what's the timetable on Kobe White?
I don't know.
But that's going to be another important piece when he comes back. And
you know they've been talking about trying to trade him.
I don't know why they would do that.
I don't know, but that you definitely right about that. That would be a good piece. Oh, he playing?
He back?
Yeah, he played. He had 14 points.
Oh, shit.
Off the bench. Plus 9, plus minus. He had the highest plus minus on the bench.
Okay. Nice.
I see you.
I got to check out some Bulls games then because he wasn't playing at the beginning of the season.
Nah. He was hurt. But, yeah, he's back. He is back. All right, let's go to the last one. We got the Denver Nuggets taking on the Phoenix Suns, in which we both picked the Suns, and the Suns blew them out, 126-97. I hate what happened to Michael Carter. No, what's his name? From the Nuggets.
I don't know who you talking about. What did he do?
The small forward. The young small forward. Michael Porter Jr. There you go.
Porter Jr.?
Yeah. It looked like he might be out for the year.
Oh, shit. ACL, MCL?
Nah, his back. You know he had back problems ever since college.
Well, yeah.
And now they saying it's like some tissue in his back that could be causing more problems. And
yeah, he sat out for like the entire year in college.
He sat out the first year with the Nuggets because of that back. They took that risk because they knew the potential of that player. And yeah, man, I hate stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
That does suck.
Did you hate it for Greg Oden?
Yeah, I hate it for Greg Oden too. I mean, for a high draft pick too, it's almost like you wasted you pretty much did, but you didn't want that to happen, man. Jeff Green led all scores for the Nuggets with 19 points. On the other end, DeAndre Ayton, he led all, well, he didn't. Johnson led all scores off the bench with 22. I didn't know where you get 22 coming off the bench. Who is this Johnson kid? I don't know who this Cameron Johnson. Yeah, that little light skinned boy. All right. That does it.
You shouldn't be allowed to say that.
Nah, I can say that because we brother. That does it for the NBA. Now, let's go to college football. Let's talk about this college football. The first game, we had Michigan State on the road taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. And we both picked the Buckeyes. Buckeyes won by the score of 56-7. It was 49-0 at halftime.
I would just like to point out that we still have not seen Alabama versus anybody on college football in I don't know how many weeks.
But you will get it this week.
I will get it this week.
There you go. And you'll get it next week.
Another thing I like to point out. Well, really ain't got no choice. But another thing I like to point out is that I'm 4 or 5 for everything that we have done so far.
Good stat. That is a very good stat. It's a very good stat. Even though I did go 5 for 5 in the NBA.
You did.
No, I went 4 or 5. Because we both picked the Heat.
Well,
damn you, Heat. You went 3 and 2 in NBA.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about the Heat.
Ha.
I am tired, man. I'm tired. Let's move on.
All right. Let's move on. Like he said, we got Iowa State taking on Oklahoma. Shot bet alert. Which I picked them Sooners. Reggie, you went with Iowa State. Yes, 28-21 Oklahoma.
That hurts right there when you pick against someone who when you pick because I really wanted to go Oklahoma, but Oklahoma hadn't been showing me anything since they were knocked out of the top.
And they still haven't been showing you anything. They looked out this dub.
I know.
Struggle win.
This was definitely a struggle win for them. But we'll talk about struggle wins later on. This is my shot for Oklahoma beating Iowa State.
That is true.
Damn Hawkeyes.
Them damn Hawkeyes. Speaking of a struggle win, let's move on to the next game. Even though this is not considered a struggle win because the other team was favored. We got Baylor taking on Kansas State, in which Baylor did pick up the victory. We both picked Baylor. They won by the score of 20-10.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a struggle win.
It wasn't. I thought it would be, since Baylor is ranked top 11 and Kansas State is unranked. Yeah. However, they are 7-4. That's still impressive.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. We got Wake Forest taking on Clemson. Shot bet alert, because you know I ain't picking Clemson. Even though they did beat Wake Forest by the score of 48-27. You see how happy Dabo Swinney was in winning that game?
I did. I definitely did.
Yeah. He know that's their football playoff game.
Against Wake Forest?
Yeah, because they ain't going nowhere. They ain't got no chance of making the playoffs.
Now, had they did this against Notre Dame, I say that was a football playoff.
But they didn't.
They did.
They suck.
They won't see them in anything close to it.
Damn right, they suck. So I don't mind taking this shot. This right here is for Wake Forest losing to Clemson, but it's still fuck Dabo all day.
Damn right. Roll Tide. You can't say that.
Of course, I can't say that. Let's go to the last but very not least game. We had Oregon taking on Utah, in which we both picked Utah. We both said on Wednesday's show, out of the 4 teams, which team was on upset alert?
Mm-hmm.
We both picked Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
We both said Utah was going to win this game.
We did.
They won 38-7.
They did.
Yeah. We both definitely got that one right. So
I like that, man. I like it. I like it a lot. I cannot wait till tomorrow to see this poll.
Oh, we top 3. And I think Cincinnati sneaks in.
Top 3 and Cincinnati sneaks in?
We jump up to 3. Got Georgia, Alabama. Nah, fuck that. Week 2. Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, and Cincinnati. Struggle win against Arkansas should drop you 1 spot.
First of all, that wasn't a struggle win.
Y'all won by 7.
I didn't watch the game, but that was definitely not a struggle win.
Y'all won by 7.
Against a ranked opponent.
We played a ranked opponent. Matter of fact, we played a higher ranked opponent. We beat them by 49.
Their ranked opponent ain't played no damn body either.
Yeah, Arkansas haven't either. They just, every time they play a team, they win. They put them back in the damn rankings.
Well, the only team that they really lost to was that Georgia game.
Now, they done lost more than Georgia because they got 4 losses in the books. They lost to Mississippi State.
Nope.
Oh, it was Ole Miss. My bad. They lost to Ole Miss. That was that 52-51 game. You remember that high scoring game? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever. Matter of fact, they became ranked after beating Mississippi State. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Exactly. And the committee gonna look at that and watch.
They shouldn't have been ranked. All right. That does it for college football. Let's go to the professional side of football. Let's go to the NFL.
Damn, I'm gonna need another goddamn. All right, go ahead.
All right. First one. We got the Green Bay Packers on the road taking on the Minnesota Vikings, in which I asked Reggie. I sat there and said, Reggie, do you want to go with the Vikings one more time? He said no. I said no too. We both was wrong. Vikings won 34-31, game-winning field goal. Finally, a close game went the Vikings' way.
Finally. Did not see that. I don't know what to say about that one. I really don't. Kirk Cousins showed up.
He did. He had a very good game. He did. Very impressive.
I mean, if you end up winning by a field goal, I'm not mad at that until it comes to my own team. That's the only way I'll be mad at it.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned your own team. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, in which it was a shot bet alert. You know, Reggie picked the Saints. I picked the Eagles. 40-29. Reggie, explain yourself before you take your shot.
I ain't got to explain myself. I need to explain the head coach. Disastrous decision making.
Sean Payton.
In the last few games. I disagree with it wholeheartedly. The reason that we have lost the last couple of games that we have lost has been because of coaching error and trusting too much in the damn quarterback.
Who you should trust in who?
Taysom Hill.
Oh! The quarterback I've been waiting to play ever since week 1 of the NFL season. I sat there and said it from the beginning that y'all should play Taysom Hill first. Yeah, you said no. We got to go with James.
I said no because I knew what we were going to do. We want the more experienced guy. The more experienced guy end up getting hurt.
Now you go with the second most experienced guy.
In Trevor Siemian.
No, Taysom Hill, man. Taysom Hill been playing games, man. He might not have been quarterback in those games.
He's not a starter. He's not.
He can be.
He's a utility threat. That's what
now he needs to be a starting quarterback.
Which all ties back into a coach's decision. As I take my shot for my Saints, I will say this. I already ruled us out the playoffs. We already know that. We talked about that. But I did say that we would make a wild card. At this point in the season right now, that is iffy. But I still have hope because Carolina lost and Atlanta looks like shit as usual.
Atlanta is trash.
So I still have a chance, but me being a realist, it's not looking good.
Your team can make it if y'all finally start Taysom Hill, like I said.
Or we start making better decisions as coach Sean Payton.
With the Taysom Hill starting quarterback.
No.
Thanksgiving Day, he will be the starting quarterback. Wait and see.
He will not.
All right, we will see. Moving on on. Let's go to another shot bet alert. We got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. In which, Reggie, you did pick the Bengals. I picked the Raiders. And as I reach for my bottle, that lets you know that the Raiders did lose by the score of 32-13.
And it is definitely time for you to explain yourself on this blowout.
Well,
So my team lost by 11.
Well, first of all, this is not my team. I actually just...
Well, no, it's not your team, but this is the team that you believed in.
I did. I believed in them. However, they failed it. But guess what, Reggie?
You got an email from Groove?
No, I'm not going to give up hope on the Las Vegas Raiders because I got a surprise for you this week. We shall see.
All right.
I ain't going to speak too much of it. This is my shot for losing. The Raiders lost to the Bengals.
All right. It's in the books.
All right. Let's move on to the next game. We got the Dallas Cowboys on the road taking on the Cincinnati Chiefs. And we both picked
Kansas City.
Why I say Cincinnati? I'm looking at the Bengals. The Kansas City Chiefs, in which the Chiefs did win by the score of 19-9. That you was terrible.
Again.
That's 2 times in the past 3 games that you played terrible.
Stunk
you
it up.
Better than that. You got too much money. You make too much money, Dak. You got to play better.
This is what he asked for. It seems like everybody who asks for a lot of money ends up not performing the very next year.
That is true. Pat Mahomes haven't really been playing well.
Well, as of late,
even this game, he didn't play well because he didn't throw a touchdown. It's just they scored enough to win the game. And the defense held up, only allowing 9 points to the number 1 offensive scoring team in the league.
That's true.
All right, let's go to this next game. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the LA Chargers, in which we both picked the Chargers. Chargers won 41-37.
How about Eckler, man?
I told you. I said, Eckler, it's time for him to snap. He helped me out in fantasy.
How about Eckler?
I don't know if he helped me out in fantasy or not, but I do have him in one of my fantasy leagues.
I was gonna say, like, you really don't know. You got too many damn fantasy leagues anyway. So
right, I was too busy happy about Jonathan Taylor ended up giving me 50. So yeah,
he put a 50 up.
Yeah, he put a 50 burger up. He scored 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know.
Which one is it? Which one I got Eckler in? Oh, this one. Shout out to my boy Shannon Sides in your fantasy. I got Eckler, and I beat you. I beat Shannon. Matter of fact, I beat him in his own league. Right now, I'm up 134-106, and all he got left is Tom Brady. And I don't think Tom Brady ain't gonna do anything. All right.
No, because Tom at least needs what? 3 touchdown passes?
He's gonna need a lot more because he's down 28. So he's gonna need some 200 yards and like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. All right, Reggie, you want to give an update on what's going on in Monday Night Football between the New York Football Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I will, and it actually ties back into what we were just talking about as far as your fantasy goes. Tom Brady is actually up right now, 27-10 over the Giants. So that means that it is pretty much a run the ball situation for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That means Tom Brady is not going to get those points that Shannon needs to beat you in fantasy.
I agree.
Pretty good game so far. The difference maker is the turnover ratio. Jones has thrown 2 interceptions. So,
and somebody actually starting Daniel Jones in one of the fantasy leagues that I'm playing. Daniel Jones is starting. Yeah. Matter of fact, it's the league that we're in that you wanted me to create for you.
Wow, I haven't, man, bro. I'm telling you, like, I've been so slammed with like shit going on at work.
And the only reason why he had to start Daniel Jones is because Kyler Murray is hurt. That's his other starting quarterback.
He could have literally picked anybody else.
But I was gonna kill him anyway because I already got 150 points. Yeah, he got 115.
Where I messed up at in that league, particularly, I messed up and well, actually, I mean, I still won.
Yeah, you won this week.
I started Carson Wentz when I could have started Taylor Heineke.
But you didn't expect Taylor Heineke to have that game.
I didn't, but I didn't. I definitely didn't expect Jonathan Taylor to get fucking 5 touchdowns.
Oh, I was gonna say, I know you didn't have Jonathan Taylor on your bench.
No.
You did have Gronk on your bench, and he definitely could have helped you for tight ends.
I mean, it don't matter. I won anyway.
Because you started Dan Arnold over Gronk.
I did.
I don't even think Arnold played.
He did not.
Hell.
But Gronk was questionable all the way up until Saturday.
But your opponent played Patrick Mahomes, in which Carson Wentz had more points than Patrick Mahomes. And your opponent started Cordell Patterson, who was hurt and did not play Thursday.
That was not my fault. That's on him. He should have known better.
Yeah, you're right. He should have known better.
Do your homework, young man.
Yeah.
Nathan.
His record is 2-8, and that speaks volumes.
He been struggling all year, man.
My opponent was Sharoni Hernandez.
That's Mo.
Yeah. He's 7-3.
Mo been on a hot streak.
Yeah, and I ended that hot streak tonight. All right, that's enough about fantasy football. Next year, I got big plans for fantasy football, and you will hear about it when the time comes. But as of right now, let's move on to hockey. Let's get the sticks going, baby. Let's get the sticks going. Let's talk about this first game in which we had the Minnesota Wild taking on the Florida Panthers, in which Reggie went with the Wild. I went with the Panthers. The winner of the match was the Florida Panthers by the score of 5-4. That means, Reggie, it was a shot bet. Hold up.
My intel.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had intel from the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah, my intel actually played high school hockey in Minnesota and was looked at for drafting for the Minnesota Wild.
Oh wow.
Also the guy who I just beat this week in fantasy football. So shouts out to you, Nathan, for fucking it up for me and making me take this shot right now.
That's 2 L's. That is 2 L's.
That's 2 L's for him.
That's 2 L's. God damn.
But he won because he obviously is a Vikings fan. He from Wisconsin. So yeah. With that being said, this shot is for the Minnesota Wild losing.
He from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I thought he from Minnesota.
Where is Minnesota?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Minnesota's a state.
Or is Wisconsin a state?
Wisconsin also is a state. But ain't no Minneapolis, Wisconsin. They right beside each other.
Again, what Lamar? First of all, What is today?
Today is Drunk Ass Monday.
It's fucking Monday. All right.
It's Drunk Ass
This
Monday.
is my shot. I'm oh my God.
I understand, brother. I understand, brother. But guess what? We get to even it up right here in this next one. We got the Boston Bruins taking on the Flyers, in which Reggie,
of course,
you went with the Bruins. I went with
Bruins through and through.
Bruins did win this game by the score of 5-2. So I'm gonna take this shot. It's a shot bet. This is for the Philadelphia Flyers losing to the Boston Bruins.
Because they didn't fly.
Even though I did believe that the Bruins was going to win this game just because it's your team, I went against them. So, excuse me. Yeah, this is my shot for the Flyers. Hashtag Drunk Ass Monday. Let's move on to the next one. We got the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Las Vegas Golden Knights, in which we both picked the Golden Knights to win this one. They won by the score of 3-2. So we're good on that one. Let's move on to the next one, though.
Good.
We got the Pittsburgh Penguins. My Pittsburgh Penguins took on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Reggie picked Canada. And Canada failed them because we won by the score of 2-0.
I will never pick a fucking Canadian team again. You tricked me on this one. You tricked me. Ain't no way this shit supposed to go down.
I did no such thing. I asked you. I specifically asked you, Reggie, are you picking a Canadian team? Your words verbatim was, you're damn right I'm picking them. Give me the Montreal Canadiens. I said,
against your team. We should never set this up to where I have to be forced to pick a Canadian team or either your team.
Yeah. I was so happy.
God damn it. All right. This is my shot for the Maple Leafs. Fucking Canada. Losing to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Penguins.
All right.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Penguins. All right. Last but not least, we got the Washington Capitals taking on the San Jose Sharks, in which Reggie picked the Washington Capitals. I picked the San Jose Sharks. However, Reggie did not want to do a shot bet on this one, even though the Capitals did win by the score of 40-0.
What you want me to say?
I wanted you to say shot bet, but you denied it. So
I did.
Thank you. But however, we're done with all those. Now let's get to what y'all been waiting for. The 3-bet challenge. 3-bet challenge between Reggie and I, in which we pick three sports bets to make. And we went against each other on this one. Reggie goes first. Let's get to it. Reggie, you went with Jackson State. Mm-hmm. You picked the spread. The spread was not even announced when you made the call. Exactly. So I sat there and looked myself. And I was like, okay, let me check and see what the spread is. The spread didn't even pop up to at least 30 minutes before the game started. That's when I actually seen the spread.
Impressive.
All right. So the score was 24-10. They won by 14.
All right.
Guess what the spread was?
9.
No. 13.5. You covered.
Wow.
By half a point. So
wow.
You got a dub on the Jackson State spread. All right. Let's go to the second one, in which you picked the Seattle Seahawks +2. Do we need to say any more about the Seattle Seahawks?
No, we do not.
Well, we're going to have to say something. Because even though Kyler Murray didn't play, even though D-Hop didn't play, they still found a way to lose by the score of 23-13. That is a +10 to cover. You only got a +2. That's an L. Now let's go to the last one. Reggie, I wish you would have been a little bit more confident in this one, but you still got it right. You picked the Houston Texans +10. Not only did not cover the 10 points, they won by 9. They beat the Tennessee Titans by the score of 22-13.
I said that the Texans will win 4 games. We at 2.
I don't see him.
We at 2 right now.
I don't see him still winning the other 2. I'm sorry. I don't see him winning the other 2.
Hey,
so they do got 2 though. They are trying to battle for your 4. They are.
We still got 7 more weeks, baby.
You're right. You're right. But okay. I mean, they did beat an 8-2 Titans team, and
without Derrick Henry
on the road. But the Titans, they beat both of our teams. They just coming off beating both of us.
They did.
And they end up taking a huge dump against the Texans. So Reggie, you went 2-1. That's very good. All I need is 2 to tie. I need all 3 to win. So let's get to mine. The first one I picked the Charlotte Hornets +6. We already discussed that earlier. They lost by 10. That's an L. Then I went with SMU in college football, in which they was taking on Cincinnati. I just want to discuss this right quick.
Please.
SMU. Let me just tell you how they've been scoring. They whole season. 56, 35, 39, 42, 41, 31, 55, in a loss, 37, 25. Then they win again, 55. So all these games, they never scored under 20 points. Until this week. 48-14.
That's a trend. That's a trend.
That is terrible.
That you've been following. And then, oh my God.
They sat there and didn't even score 20. Oh my goodness. Matter of fact, you can honestly say they averaged 30 points a game.
Realistically, yeah.
They didn't even get half.
Not even.
They didn't get half. 48-14.
We still got one more to discuss.
Yeah, I'm going to still take this one shot because I automatically did lose.
That's true. Right.
So this shot is for losing. But I still got a chance of going 0-3 and then have to take 2 extra shots. It's for losing. If there's enough, I need a little bit more.
I'll allow it.
Okay. All right.
You could have put it to the brim, but whatever.
I sat there and said, "Is that enough?"
I said I allow it.
Exactly. Then you go right after I take the shot and say, "Well, you could have been into the rim."
Well, you could have. You could have.
But I would have if you'd have said you didn't allow it.
I allow it.
Let's check and see if I got to take 2 shots. And the last but not least, we got the Miami Dolphins -3.5 against the New York Jets, in which, I'd like to just say, I got to thank Nick Wright for this because I told you on Friday I cheated. Nick Wright told me to make this bet. He told me to pick the Dolphins -3.5 because Joe Flacco is the quarterback for the Jets. They won by 7. So my 3.5 covered. If it wasn't for that, I would have to take 2 extra shots. So I did go 1 and 2. You went 2 and 1. My 1 week of winning has came to an end yet again.
Yet again.
It's like every goddamn time. Like if you want to bet the over under on Lamar's winning streaks and the number is 1.5, you can take the under every time because he don't pass. I don't pass 1 anytime. I haven't passed 1 yet. I haven't. All right. So that does it with the 3-bet challenge. However, we did have an extra game, extra special match, special sport, whichever you want to call it. We went to Boston, in Boston, we decided to do the Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter boxing match, in which, Reggie, I hope you watched. Did you watch it?
I did not, because when I actually came home, it was, like I said, it was in the 3rd, 4th round of the Misha Tate Caitlin Vieira fight, and I could not access the Terrence Crawford and Porter fight. So at that point, I just got irritated and laid down. So I did not watch this. I did see the highlights.
It was a great fight, man.
Yeah, from what I saw, it was
great
fucking.
It was, man.
It was like fucking beautiful.
It was, man.
Like literally.
That's what fans needed. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes, that kind of fight is
what fans been waiting for the longest. Yeah. It was better than the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight, hands down.
Which one?
This last one.
The last one?
Yeah, okay. The last one. I would say it was better than that. And Terrence Crawford won. He won by would you say knockout? No. They threw in the towel. Sean Porter father threw in the towel.
TKO?
Yeah, TKO. It was TKO. I think it was in the 10th round. I think it was in the 10th round.
I don't know.
I think it was 10th round knockout. Yeah, 10th round. It was 10th round TKO, in which he got knocked down twice in that round. The second time, he got frustrated. He started hitting the mat. And then next thing you know, yeah. He threw the towel in. He said, that's enough. Great battle with Porter. But that just shows how skilled Terrence Crawford is. Because he's seen his weakness from the round 1. Because every time Porter throws a punch, he ducks his head. All he had to do is counter with an uppercut. Man, he got him every time. So, with that L, I got to take my shot. This right here for Porter losing. Reggie, what are you doing? Are you feeling on your wife?
Yes.
Should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, at least I told the truth.
You did tell the truth. Oh my goodness. All right. So that does it with everything.
Edit that out.
Not.
All right, cool. Whatever. I don't care about people.
They can't see you physically touching your wife.
No, they
see
can't.
You
but
slowly trying to move towards one side of the screen.
She's like secretly seducing me right now. So that means
which is unfair. Shayla, you shouldn't be doing that.
That's true.
We're trying to run a public show.
That is true. And she gets it and understands it. But you know what? I handle that on the back end.
Bet. All right.
Go ahead and
You want me to go first? Bet. I will go first, and I will explain my 3 takeaways, because that's pretty much what we do every Monday. We do takeaways. So we're going to give our takeaway from what happened this weekend. Let me go first. My first takeaway is it's going back to Nick Wright. And Nick Wright been saying this for the longest. And now I got to say, I agree. I agree with Nick Wright. Josh Allen is overhyped. Josh Allen is overhyped. He really is. Because he beat up on teams that are bad, in which we didn't discuss plenty of times, that they done played bad teams. But when they have to play a good team, and the point that I've been looking for 2017 Carson Wentz, and he haven't showed up anytime this year. But yet you still couldn't find a way to beat the Colts because Jonathan Taylor went crazy against y'all. I think he had 4 touchdowns, if not 5. But you only scored 7 points heading to the fourth quarter. At home? At home. Now you're 6-4. And you're not even the leader in your own division. Guess who's the leader in their division right now? The Patriots. In which the starting quarterback for the Patriots is who?
Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Exactly. And guess what? Reggie already done said it earlier. The quarterbacks that got paid ain't doing good the year after. You just got that big ass contract, not doing good the year after. So that's my first one. The second one I want to talk about is Terrence Crawford. I can honestly say that Terrence Crawford is the best pound for pound boxer in the nation. He is. Because he's seen the weakness after the first knockdown, and he just attacked. It was ridiculous how he attacked. I seen it coming. Once I seen Sean Porter got knocked down, I was like, man, Terrence gonna tear his ass up this round. Because all I could see coming out his mouth was, let me get him. After round nine, I seen him in the corner saying, let me get him. Let me get him. He knew his weakness. He knew how to attack. And in the 10th round, he just dominated. And I don't see nobody beating him. And guess who was sitting on the sideline? Guess who was in the crowd watching this fight? Errol Spence. Errol Spence, you know you're next, right?
I thought you were going to say Condoleezza Rice, but go ahead.
No, Errol Spence is his neck. That's who he's waiting to fight. That's right, who he's waiting to beat up.
Yeah, I know.
And Spence, I don't know if you're ready. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if you're ready. All right.
If you a smart man, Errol Spence is not ready.
Well, that's just my second one. Last but not least, I want to talk about what happened with the Lakers versus the Pistons. And no, not the game, because the Lakers found the way to win. I want to talk about the elbow that LeBron James laid on Isaiah Stewart, in which Stewart got upset and wanted to attack him like a raging bull. He was just that upset. Man. So the results of that is that LeBron James got suspended 1 game and Stewart got suspended 2. In which I can't sit there and say that I don't agree with this, but I can understand why the suspension came. Because if you was going to suspend Stewart, you got to suspend LeBron. Because yes, that blow to the face might not meant to create that much damage, but it did. But on Facebook, I wanted to do a debate between who elbow is stronger, LeBron James' elbow or The Rock's people's elbow. So which elbow is better, Reggie? LeBron's elbow to Isaiah Stewart's face or The Rock's the people's elbow in which he did in WWE?
First of all, I don't know nothing about The Rock's elbow.
What? How dare you disrespect The Rock like that? You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not. But what I will say is the face of Isaiah Stewart should be that should be the topic of discussion.
Yeah.
There's no way I get elbowed to the face and I'm bleeding profusely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know me.
Mm-hmm.
I done been in fights. Plenty. There's no way you can elbow me to the face. I have a permanent scar in the middle of my forehead from being face-to-face contact with somebody and receiving that scar into where my shit bled profusely. That is skull to skull, skin to skin. But he received LeBron's elbow to the side of the face, and he's bleeding profusely. I don't know about that. You need to check that guy's skin. Check him out.
Check him out.
Check him out.
All right, those are my three, Reggie. It's your go.
All right, so you took one from me. You took that LeBron and Isaiah.
You can count them because you added to it. So that's one for you.
All right, so yeah, cool. Next one for me is, like I mentioned earlier, Saints coaching. Gotta do better.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that we can win a game unless you make executive decision. Sean Payton. We can't win without your guidance, right? So we got to fix those issues. Don't rely on him so much. I know that's who you want to trust in, but he's not the guy. Last but not least, Nick Chubb. 130 yards. Struggle win. Is there or is there not a struggle win? Okay.
It was.
Struggle win for a running back to get that many yards. Should not happen again. There are a lot more things that I could talk about as far as what should have happened but didn't happen. For example, I could have brought up the Cowboys. Cowboys should have won their game. Could have won that game, but didn't. But I'm gonna go with Nick Chubb having 130 yards, saying that he did what he had to do. So good job to you. I can't think of the Spanish Salida. I think that's congratulations. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. But
I mean, you do have like 1/5 Mexican in your body, right?
Because I drink tequila.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I definitely got more than 1/5 then, if that's the case.
And plus by your middle name. But that's another topic for another day.
You know what? We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
That's another topic for another day. All right. So that's your 3 takeaway from this weekend now.
I am muting myself so that you have the floor.
Yes, because you know what I'm gonna talk about. Let's talk about wrestling, baby. Wrestling. We had WWE Survivor Series to happen this past weekend. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not watch the whole thing because my wife and I had movie night in which we did watch King Richard. So that's pretty much what kept us occupied. But I did watch a couple of the fights. And I'm going to talk about every single fight that happened. It was basically between Raw versus SmackDown, in which I'm more of a Team Raw guy because I have some of my favorites on there. Randy Orton, Big E, Seth Rollins, who's now on there, and Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, things of that nature. So let me go over the recap of WWE Survivor Series. In the beginning, in the pre-fight, we had the Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura taking on the U.S. Champion Damian Priest. Shinsuke won by disqualification. That match was trash. Let's go on to the next one. We got the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch cheated for her victory. It was all right. Well, the match was good, but I ain't like how it ended. All right, 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw had Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and last but not least, Austin Theory. They took on SmackDown, which they had Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Sheamus, and Happy Corbin, in which Team Raw did pick up the victory. I expected that. 25 year of The Rock Battle Royal. This is basically just to promote The Rock's movie that's coming out, which is called Red Notice, in which I will watch sometime this week because I might watch it on the flight, to be honest. In which the winner of that match was Omos, in which I don't really care. Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro, in which they have Randy Orton and Riddle taking on the Usos, SmackDown Tag Team Champions, in which RK Bro did come through with the dub. So another win for Team Raw. Women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, in which Raw had Rhea Ripley, Carmella, Queen Zelina, Liv Morgan, and Bianca Belair, in which I love Bianca Belair, taking on Team SmackDown, which have Toni Storm, thick white girl, Shotzi, in which she's a badass, Shayna Baszler, in which my wife doesn't like, Natalya and Sasha Banks, in which she is Snoop Dogg's cousin. Team Raw beat Team SmackDown, so another win for Raw. And last but not least, we got the WWE Champion Big E taking on the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. My wife loves Roman Reigns for some odd reason. I don't care. Very good match, but Roman Reigns found the way to win. So overall, Team Raw did win the Survivor Series. And that's the recap for the Survivor Series. And that's the end of my segment because I do that shit every time a pay-per-view happens in wrestling. All right. You can get back on. Excuse me.
That was very boring and Are you throwing the finger sign?
Yes.
Throwing the finger sign
The
to me.
disrespect that you have for wrestling is ridiculous.
The disrespect that you have for soccer, which is bigger than wrestling.
I don't have no disrespect for soccer. I just don't watch it.
You won't allow it.
Because we already tied. Do you want to replace hockey with soccer?
What we can do is add hockey or add soccer.
We already got hockey.
Add soccer.
If we add soccer, that means we're adding wrestling.
That's not enough to compensate.
Yes, it is. Exactly. See, that's my point. All right, that does it for Drunk Ass Monday. As you can see, that we're living proof of Drunk Ass Monday. On Winging It Wednesday, we have a lot to discuss. One topic I can already give you. Which rivalry is better? Alabama versus Auburn or Michigan versus Ohio State? You will hear more about that on Wednesday.
Come on.
And also, I will give you another one. Which holiday sporting event is better? Is it football on Thanksgiving or basketball on Christmas? We will discuss that also. And then Reggie will give his segment for Wednesday, like always. And plenty more. We'll discuss that on Wednesday. On Wednesday. But as of right now, I said Wednesday. That's why.
You did.
Exactly. I had to change it. Drunk Ass Monday hashtag. All right. We are done for tonight. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. And like always, we give you our salute. And we'll see y'all on Winging It Wednesday. We're out.
We out.
And we need a bed right now.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Damn right. All right. See y'all Wednesday.